Hello everyone. So we are here with our today's lesson for our daily learning course to achieve expertise in conversational English. The topic for today is complaining politely in English. Okay, so we are talking about conversations where we want to complain about something, but that has to be polite. Right? So what are the expressions and examples and some practice questions and how to say it. So this time the difference that I have led in this course is that I have not only included the expressions, but what are the key points that you should keep in mind while saying these things. That is how you achieve expertise in something, by removing the mistakes that you used to do, right? So this is how we will learn this today. Okay, the course is presented by me, Harshada Jain. Something about me: I am pursuing BCom from Delhi University. I am a CSE aspirant and my interests include writing, dancing and photography. If you want to follow me on Unacademy, you can use this link, and for any queries, write to me in the comment section or in the Q&A section. Your feedback is really important to us, so please do not forget to rate and review the course. And do recommend the lessons. If you like them, here is the recommend option and here is what it looks like. You can also follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. So the first slide should be on few key points that you should always keep in mind. This is a very, very important part. You learn the expressions, but while practicing you won't remember, you won't have the retention power to remember this for a long time unless and until you don't know how to speak them. So the complaints should not be direct. Very important point. Be it informal, be it formal, it does not seem polite unless and until it is indirect. Okay, it should be indirect. You should not just target that person, so it should not be direct. Next, it should be really polite. This is very important. It should be very, very polite. The next is, it must begin with indirect expressions. So the beginning of such complaints should be with indirect expressions that we are going to learn today. You could also use modal words. Why we usually talk about modals here when we are complaining about something, because it makes it sound less strict and less impolite. Okay, so it becomes more polite if you use modal words like could, would, right? Okay, and the body language should be calm. If you're being polite, you need to be calm. Just calm down. It's okay. Everybody does mistake. So if you want to complain to somebody, just be calm and then speak it, and then you'll leave a good impression on somebody. That is how you achieve expertise in conversational English. All right. So the first three expressions that we can use for complaining politely are these. I am sorry to have to say this, but. Okay, so but is to be followed with after this it should be followed with the problem. I'll just say an example. I am sorry to have to say this, but the project speed is not fine as expected. It's not as fine as expected. So whatever the issue is, you could just use it later in the later half of the sentence. So you could use this expression. The second one is, maybe you forgot to. This is just simple and we do not use it in informal conversations. The first one is more formal. The next one is, excuse me if I'm out of line, but I think you did this wrong, right? Or I think this project is not going with the speed which was expected, right? This is cool. Okay, the next one is, excuse me if I'm overstepping my boundaries. Very similar to the previous one, but it means that if I'm crossing line, you could but excuse me if I am overstepping my boundaries, but I think we should just start receiving the material as soon as possible, right? So you are very indirectly complaining, and this is something that actually does not sound like a complaint, so it should be very polite. The next one is, perhaps there was a misunderstanding, but I think the project should have been completed till now, right? Okay. The next one is, I am sorry to say this, but I'm really quite upset or angry. So now this is again not so formal. You cannot use these kind of words when you want to talk to some colleague or somebody. So again followed with the problem that you have. The last two are, there appears to be a problem here, as I think the project should have been completed till date. Yeah, so this is how you use it. I'm sorry, but I'd like to make a complaint about. So again, it is a little direct and it is not so polite. So you should be aware of before, the previous ones were really polite. So you could better use them. This you can use in for informal conversations. They are easy, right? Okay, now you can also there is another aspect to this. You can also form questions with your complaint. Okay, be it the sentence you are complaining, be it a part of that, or you could just ask question, just directly ask question in question form. How? What are the questions? Then we'll see two examples on the basis of how we can just combine these two things, that we are making a sentence of with complaint and we are also adding the question. So the questions that you could ask are, how we can fix this, how can we amend this, how could we amend this, is there anything that can be done to improve the situation. So all of these are really polite, so you could use easily them in formal conversations. Okay, now we have the example sentences. The first one is, please just focus here. I'm sorry, but there appears to be a problem here. I asked her to get the meeting work done by 9 a.m., but it is still pending. Can this be done faster? So we are just including two things. First is the complaint sentence that we discussed in the first half of the lesson. I'm sorry, but, okay, so this is the expression. There appears to be a problem here. I asked her to get the meeting work done by 9 a.m., but it's still pending. So this is the complaint, right? That the work is still pending. So now we are adding the question as well. Can this be done faster? So this gives a hope, that you have a hope, you still want to improve the situation. So this is very positive. This seems a very optimistic approach. So the people listening could use it that at their offices or wherever they just go to work, right? So this seems very optimistic. Next is, I am sorry to say this, but again, this is the expression that we learned. I am really disappointed in the work on this project. I expected this to be done with more efficiency, which means that with lesser costs and lesser time. What went wrong? Right? So this is not so polite, but you're asking what went wrong. I expected this to be done with more efficiency, right? Okay, so you are not asking to amend it, but rather because it cannot be now. So, but you are just asking what are the reasons that it got like this. Okay, so these are the examples. Thanks for watching the lesson. So what you can do is, if you have any kind of a doubt in any of the expression, you could just let me know into the comment section or at Unacademy Digest. We'll be having some top performers tomorrow. I think so, because there have been, viewers who have really put awesome sentences. I remember some names, Anjali and some other people as well. So once we'll be having today's viewers posting their sentences, will announce some top performers tomorrow positively. So till then, so you could just be a top performer by posting your example sentences into the comment section. So please do that if you want to become a top performer. Okay, bye bye.